Trisha, I'm just curious. So, what do you do? I know you're a mom. You've got kids. What other things are you interested in?
Yeah, I work remotely as an investigative crime reporter. I cover cold cases.
Oh my God.
In Minnesota.
That's fantastic.
And the Dakotas.
I'm fascinated by this. I'm fascinated by murder. Sona, I think you're a big murder buff.
I like murder.
Hey guys, I like murder too.
Hey,
all right, girls.
No, I like murder
Jumping on
so
this.
much that I would either like to murder or be murdered.
Yes.
I'm up for either one. It doesn't matter.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
I probably shouldn't put that out there. That's a bad thing.
Too late.
Oh yeah, they'll replay that if something happens to me with an echo.
Although I will say I got dibs.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you first crack.
Okay.
So you're an investigative crime reporter, and your focus is cold cases. I love it. I love these stories. How far back do you go with a cold case usually?
Yeah. So the 1970s has kind of become my sweet spot, which is weird because I was born in the 80s.
Yeah.
Good era.
But it was a decade of mayhem. You know?
I often think
Serial killers were on the loose.
I like sometimes, because there are channels for music that just focus on, like it's the 60s channel or it's the 50s channel, like Sirius XM does that. The 70s one, it says 70s, decade of mayhem. But then they just play the Eagles. And I think, yes, it was a time for killing. Here's the thing. I think there were, what's intriguing about the 70s is that they didn't have the DNA technology yet. And so people would just go missing and there wasn't a lot you could do about it. And so to me, it feels like a time of mystery when there's probably a lot of cold cases, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and a lot of times too, people they were considered to be runaways because like you said, there was no DNA technology. And especially if it was a young woman, it was just, oh, well, she went off, hitchhiking to San Francisco.
Ugh,
Yeah.
bitches be hitchhiking.
Sorry, what?
What? I
What did
said
you just say?
bitches be
Hitchhiking.
hitchhiking.
Yeah, that felt like the right time to drop in a
This
joke.
woman's trying to solve cold murder
These
cases.
are young women that went missing, and you decide, here's my joke opportunity.
All I'm saying is bitches be hitchhiking.
Trisha, I'd like to apologize because I think what you're doing is valuable. And if you find someone, these people are in agony because they're wondering what happened to their loved one. Sorry, Sona.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
like to,
yeah, you care
I would
now.
like to at least
I
thank
do.
you for giving us the title of this episode.
I was going to say bitches be hitching.
Bitches be hitching.
See,
Okay.
That's
that
better.
would have been cool.
It didn't roll off the tongue when
Yeah,
I said
and also-
hitchhiking. That's why I stumbled a lot.
That was really why I was upset. It wasn't that it was insensitive.
Bitches be hitching. Got it.
So have you had success with this? I'll wait for the laughter to
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
and then say, have you had success finding the bodies of lost women in the 70s? Jesus
Oh my gosh.
Christ.
Yeah, we have actually. We've moved at least 2 cases forward. One case, a gal from 1974, Belinda, she went missing and, still hasn't been found, but there is a main suspect.
Oh.
And
Have
they've
you
reopened her case, and so we could be getting answers.
Okay, let's talk about, because I'd like to help crack this case, the main suspect. Have you spoken with the main suspect? Is the main suspect still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. I have. I met with him for an hour. He's at a secure facility in northern Minnesota for dangerous sexual offenders.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you went there. I mean, that's a creepy place to visit. Was it the kind of
Yeah.
situation where he's behind a screen and or a clear plastic and you pick up the phone and he picks up the phone?
No, I wish that were the case, but no. So when those
It's disappointing. I love
When
it when
you-
they pick up the phone and then they pick up the phone.
I want him to be in a little mask and he's on a dolly in a straitjacket,
You should talk to a guy who may have murdered someone in the 70s and you're like, what phone did you use?
Well,
How did you communicate?
I just love it. It's always the same thing. One person picks up the phone and then points to it, and the other person then begrudgingly picks up the phone as if it's not clear to pick up the fucking phone.
Right.
I can
I
see
mean, how
one
else are you going to
another,
talk? They always pick it up and point at it. I've seen that in 10,000 movies, and I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about, and this is wrong, But now I'm thinking about when people visited serial killers at like 1911.
Oh, no.
That one person picks up a candlestick phone and points to the other side of the window, and the other person picks up the candlestick phone, and they're like, hello, hello.
Look, I didn't do it, see?
I didn't do it, see? And they have to still go through an operator?
She had it coming, bitches be hitching.
Yeah. I want Wrigley 5025. Enid, can you put me through? Bitches be hitching. Hold on, please. Zing, 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 zing. Okay, you know what, Trisha?
You don't deserve this.
This is awful.
This is so stupid.
I hate us, and all three of us are going to hell, and I hope soon. I hope we go before we die, just so we can check it out. But Trisha, I'm going to pull this thing together. I know I can do it. What you're doing is very cool and valuable, and you talk to this person. And tell me what it was like to look into the eye. Do you think this person did it?
I mean, I'm not supposed to say, but yeah, I do think he did.
You showed a lot of restraint there, Trisha. Well, I'm not supposed. Yes! Total murderer. So you looked in this person's eyes. Did this person have remorse, do you think?
Well, no. So he and I had been writing letters for quite a while. And so that's how I
Unrelated
got my
to this?
Yeah, this is. I was gonna say they were pen pals before any of this came up. By the way, what are your hobbies? I'm killing in the 70s. Hey, maybe I could come by. Do they have a phone there and a plastic divider? I'll pick it up, but you don't pick it up right away, and then I'll point to my phone. Trisha, I'm sorry. We're gonna get it back. We're gonna get it back. You know what? Can I just say this is Trisha's fault for calling us?
Yeah, that's
there are
true.
so many legitimate places to call.
Actually, could you pick up the phone?
Yeah. Also, I said for calling us. She's on a Zoom. I'm sorry. Trisha, I will rein this in, I promise you. You started writing back and forth, and then you decided to go. What made you want to go and meet with this alleged or possible killer in person?
So at that point, we knew I'd been working with Belinda's family, and we knew that he had been named the main suspect. And so we had obtained his police files he had 3 women who escaped from him.
Oh, God.
And yeah, I mean, like really bad stuff. Like he abducted them at gunpoint and knife point and had a kill bag. And all 3 of these women lived to tell what happened to them. And so, yeah, I think it was more so out of, obviously, for the story, because, you know, writing a series about Belinda, it was only natural to want to go and ask him some questions.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's why I went there, not for kicks, but, No,
you're a crime reporter. This is, despite everything we've done in this podcast, this is a real thing you're doing. And it's invaluable, and these are real victims, and I cannot believe I'm transitioning us out of that laughing fit. But I have to, I hope that everyone listening understands that we're 3 sociopaths.
I was gonna say though, to make you guys feel better, like I laugh with the families all the time. Like I feel like people have to have some sort of a dark sense of humor. So I think it's all right.